Have you ever stopped to think about all the different devices that are connected to your Wi-Fi? Or, bigger picture, what's out there on the vast open internet? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on IP scanning. It's a really powerful way to discover what's going on in the hidden corners of our digital world.
No, seriously. Think about it for a second. There's your phone, your laptop for sure, maybe a smart TV or a gaming console, but what else? Are you positive that's everything? It's this simple question that's at the heart of what we're going to explore today. So here's our game plan. First, we'll break down what an IP scan actually is. Then, we're going to get our hands dirty, so to speak, by looking at how you can scan your very own home network. After that, we'll zoom out and explore the public internet. Then comes the important part. We'll talk about the real dangers of these open doors. And, finally, how you can lock yours up tight.
All right, so before we can really start scanning, we need to get a couple of core ideas down. Just think of these as the fundamental building blocks. Once you get these, everything else will make perfect sense.
Okay, here's the first key concept. Imagine your home network is like a private apartment building. Inside, every single one of your devices, your phone, your laptop, your smart speaker, has its own local apartment number or IP address. Only other people inside the building can see those numbers. But to the outside world, your entire building is known by a single public street address. That's your public IP. This difference is absolutely crucial.
So if the IP address is the street address of that building, then what's a port? Well, a port is basically a specific door or a window on that building, and an open port, that's just an unlocked door, one that's intentionally left open so a certain type of communication can get through.
All right, that's enough theory for now. Let's make this practical. We're going to start in a place that's nice and familiar, your own home network. Let's see what we can find, shall we?
When you run a scan, you'll probably see results color-coded like this. It's actually super simple. Green means a device is online and it has some of those unlocked doors, or open ports we just talked about. Blue means the device is online, but all its doors are locked up tight. And red? That just means the scanner mocked, but nobody answered. The device is probably just turned off.
You know, when you first run a scan, you're going to see a lot of red. All those offline devices create a ton of, well, digital noise. To focus on what really matters, you can usually just filter the results. Just find the setting to show a live hosts only and poof, all that clutter disappears, leaving you with just the active devices, the green and blue ones. So, we've taken a good look around our own house. But what happens when you point the scanner out at the rest of the world? This is where things get really interesting. Let's step outside our local network and see what we can find on the public internet. Out on the open internet, certain doors are way more common than others. Ports 80 and 443, for instance, are basically the front doors for pretty much every website. Port 21 is like an open loading dock for transferring files. Port 22 is a special keyhole for system administrators to log in securely. And port 445? Well, that one's often used for Windows file sharing, and it can be pretty risky if it's left open to the world.
And get this, we're not just talking about scanning random addresses. You can actually find public IP address ranges that are assigned to entire countries. We've gone from looking around your own house to being able to explore a digital map of the entire globe. It's pretty wild.
Okay, and this brings us to a really critical point. All this exploring is one thing, but these open doors can also be a huge security risk. So, what's the actual danger when a public scan finds an open port on your network?
This is really what's at stake. An open web port could lead a stranger directly to your router's login page. An open file sharing port could let them browse your files like they were sitting right there at your computer. And an open remote login port, that's basically leaving a key under the mat for someone to try and take control of the whole system.
And right here, this is the single most important thing to understand about the danger. The technology itself isn't really the problem. The problem is human nature. When these ports are open to the internet and the device is still using a default password like admin or, password, the risk just skyrockets.
Okay, so we get the risks. It sounds a little scary, I know. But now for the most valuable part of this whole explainer, what can you actually do about it? How do you make sure your own digital doors are bolted shut?
It all comes down to 3 essential steps. First, log into your router settings and just close any open ports you don't absolutely need. Second, and this one is non-negotiable, change the default username and password on everything, your router, your security cameras, whatever. And finally, if you do decide to explore public networks, always use a VPN. It helps keep your own identity safe.
So we'll end on this thought. You wouldn't leave your house with the front door hanging wide open, right? The real question is, have you checked the locks on your digital doors lately? It might be time to take a look.